Yeah. Hello, everybody. Um, Good evening. I would like to discuss about what I noticed recently and while I was at work. I have a friend of mine or a co-worker who was at work and he suffered a stroke at work. He's not an African. I think he's a white guy. He looks white anyway. Maybe he's Hispanic, but he looks white. No, I think he's white. He suffered a stroke while he was at work and not severe. He's expected to recover. What I'm trying to say is that life is unpredictable. You are healthy 1 minute and then you are not healthy the other minute. So I'm advising everybody, no matter who you are, no matter what you are going through, to take care of your health. Visit your doctor on a regular basis, check out yourself, and enjoy your life. Life is so unpredictable that when you decide to delay enjoying your life, you're waiting for sometime in the future when you retire. You may not get to that point. You may not retire the way you thought you were going to retire. Also, while you are doing what you are doing, don't overspend. Don't become lazy. Don't decide I'm not going to work again. I'm just going to enjoy because life is unpredictable. Maybe I'm going to die and all whatnot. You might end up living to 100 years and you wasted your money before you turn 50. So you don't want to live the later part of your life in suffering without money, become homeless. I've seen people that did the same mistake in the emergency room. They come. I spoke with one person. He said he's been homeless for more than 20 years and he did have money, but for some reason he didn't realize that overspending his money, he would last longer than his money and ended up being homeless because he lived longer than his money and he's still living, but not the kind of life he thought he was going to live. So at the same time, while you are trying to live your life, I would advise you, every advice you get from family and friends, take it with a big pinch of salt. Make your decisions based on what is best for you, not what everybody else expects you to do. We all have this bandwagon effect whereby you do what you can to fit into the group. You want to belong to a group. You want everybody to like you. But the question should be, do you like yourself? Do you like the person you are going to be, the person you are becoming? Would you advise your son to become the person you are becoming? Or your daughter in that case? So whatever life you're living, live it to the fullest. Obviously, don't overspend, but at the same time, don't hoard the money. Don't set money aside. I'm going to retire. I want to have $1 million. While you're suffering, you're not eating well, but you have $1 million in the bank account. That doesn't make sense. It's not logical. So if you see yourself living for another 10 years, what would you like to be, or who would you like to be in 10 years? Would you like to be somebody that people look up to, people want to be like? When I walk with my patients, I walk in the emergency room, I walk in the intensive care unit, ICU. I also do some other departments, but those are my two main departments, ICU and emergency room. When I talk to my patients, let's say a patient that just had an open heart surgery, and I'm busy telling him that when I grow up, I'll be like you. I'm only saying that to make them feel better. But in reality, Many of these people are in their 70s and 80s. And when I say I want to be like them, not in their medical sense, but I want to live long. I want to live to 70, I want to live to 80. I'm 50 now, 52. I'm 52. I expect to get to 58, 78, 88, 98 if possible. I believe we can live a full life. We can enjoy our life if we make decisions that are in our own best interest and not decisions in the interest of other people. Because those people have their own life to live. They have their own decisions to make in their best interest, not in yours. So when you live your life and you are living it for them, are you doing yourself any favors? Because now you are living it for them and they are living their lives for them. So who's living their life for you? Working in an environment where a lot of the people you deal with are old with experience gives you insight on what the world is all about. We are living in a world whereby we believe a lot of things, and some of the things we believe are not true. The world we lived in 20 years ago is not the world that is coming in 20 years. It's going to be profoundly different. It's going to be a completely different world. I grew up in a world, in my high school, nobody had cell phones. Cell phones were not a thing. You are lucky if your father has a home phone. Nobody has cell phones. In Nigeria anyway, even in the US, I don't think as of 1990, 89, 88, cell phones were predominant. They were not. They were still a novelty product. So the world we lived in those years is going to be completely different when we move forward. So enjoy. I'm going to say it again. Enjoy your life. You only have one. You don't have two lives. Don't live your life for other people. Thank you.